Hello, we're on to another round of matches. Matchday number 13 at in the Premier League. So let's go through last week's results and see how we got on. I can say it was a whole lot of surprises. Hardly anyone of the teams that would expect to win actually managed to win. So not good news for my team Chelsea there, but good news in a way that at least Liverpool and Tottenham were able to pull further ahead. So first up, we look at Leeds against West Ham. West Ham managing to win this game at 2-1, coming from behind after Clutch opened the goal scoring for Leeds in the 6 minutes via the penalty spots. Then we had Sojek and Obana managing to win it to turn the deficit into 3 points for West Ham. 19 defence shots and 8-7 on target. Aston Villa left it late to pick up a 1-0 victory against Wolves. There was a couple of weird cards in this game with Luis for Aston Villa and Martinho for Wolves, and El Ghazi managing to score a 94th minute penalty kick to defeat them. 16-13 shots for Wolves and 7-2 on target. Newcastle 2-1 winners against West Brom, getting off to an extremely fast start, scoring inside the first 30 seconds with Almerion. And then Furlong managing to get an equaliser for West Brom early on in the second half. And then Dwight Gale in the 82nd minute to shatter West Brom. 13-12 shots for West Brom, and there was 7-3 on target for Newcastle. The Manchester derby ended in a disappointing 0-0 stalemate. 11-9 shots for Man United, 2 on target each, and that was a pretty disappointing affair. Both sides happy with a point, that seems. Next up, it was my team Chelsea. They took on Everton, and it was a 1-0 defeat. So first time we lost any match in, I believe, 14 matches. So that just shows you how well we have done this season so far. And as you say, they can't always win. They can't always draw. Sometimes you have to suffer the defeats. And Everton, in return on their fans at the stadium, managed to put on a good show and get the win for themselves. Sigurdsson managing to score the penalty kick there after Mendy felt goalkeeper coming out and getting the player, not the ball. So rightly so, given the penalty kick, and suffered the consequences. 10-9 shots for Chelsea and 4-3 on target for Everton. Southampton 3-0 winners against Sheffield United with the likes of Adams, Armstrong and Redmond. 16-3 shots and 16 on target. Domination nation for Southampton in this victory here. Crystal Palace and Tottenham was a 1-1 draw. Harry Kane for Tottenham, and then there was Schwab, our late 81st minute equaliser for Palace as they kept battling away as Tottenham. Their defensive mindset after taking the lead and didn't manage to hold out this time. 16-14 shots for Palace and 6-5 on target for Tottenham. Liverpool, a surprise draw against Fulham, but lucky to get a draw in the way there because Fulham were all over them, especially in that first half. So Bobby Weed managed to take the lead 25 minutes in, and then there was Mohamed Salah with the equaliser by a 79th penalty kick. 5-10 shots for Liverpool and 6-5 on the target. Next up, Leicester City, 3-0 winners against Brighton to move up to third position and only 1 point behind the likes of Liverpool and Tottenham. So there was Maddison scoring 2 goals and also Jamie Vardy, 3-0 lead. And no more goals to add to it in the second half. 15-12 shots for Leicester and 6-4 on target. And finally, Arsenal with another defeat somehow. This was the easiest match in a while. The home loss to Burnley, and funnily enough, Aubameyang finally managed to get his goal, but in the wrong end, as it was an own goal by a penalty kick, taking a header off him and into the back of his own net. So 1-0 result for Burnley. Xhaka got sent off Arsenal, and it should have really been down to 9 men, in fact, just before that corner kick as well. So just troubling times as you're an Arsenal supporter. 10-10 shots for Arsenal and 6-2 on target. So those were those matches, and now we've got some games coming up from tomorrow. I better get to it because I've got a few other leads to get through and do before I have midweek matches. The likes of the Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, and all that. If you want to check them out later, you're more than welcome to do so. How did we get on with last time's matches? I can say the Football Simulator did better with 17.97, with the likes of Newcastle, Everton, Southampton, Burnley to win their matches, as well as Manchester United and Manchester City to draw. So quite a few results in there, as they did in quite a few different upsets along the way, and it worked out in their favour. For myself, a disappointing 3.77, so back to the drawing board, only managing to get the Newcastle and Southampton victories correct. The overall leaderboard sees the Football Simulator on top with 112 and 23. Myself in second, 88.7. We've got Cavan Wright in third, 20.32. Tom Rowe in fourth, 18.02. And we have It's Emergency in fifth with 6.9. So matchday number 13, what do we have installed this time? Well, first up, it's my team as they take on Wolves. So we got $5 for Wolves, $3.60 for the draw, and $1.62 for Chelsea. Kitty record, we got 43 wins for Chelsea, 39 wins for Wolves, and 27 draws. Chelsea with 6 wins and a draw in the past 8 games. Wolves coming to us all the way down in 13th position, 5 wins, 2 draws, and 5 defeats. Only 1 win and 1 draw in the past 5 matches for themselves in this game here. Meanwhile, for my Chelsea side, they come to us in 5th, 6 wins, 4 draws, and 2 defeats. 3 wins and a draw in the past 5 games. That's all very bunched up in this league table this season. So, you lose a game, and all of a sudden you seem to be plummeting down the league table. But we should be able to bounce back here. It's a struggling Wolves side who have got Toy Jimenez as their star man for the rest of the season after that head injury in the recent match day against Arsenal a few games back. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory for Chelsea. The Football Simulator sees a 3-0 win for Chelsea. Love to see it. Next game, we got a pretty obvious result. It's between Manchester City and Westbrom. We've got 71 wins, 71 wins for Manchester City, 54 wins for Westbrom, and 29 draws. By Manchester City winning the past 14 matches in a row against the side. So can Westbrom finally end that cold streak? Got $1.07 for Man City at home, $10 just for the draw, and $26 for Westbrom. So that could be an opportunity to get some big point bonus to get you on the lead table standings, catch up potentially. So Manchester City, they come into us a 9th, 5 wins, 4 draws, and 2 defeats. Picking up 2 wins and 2 draws in the past 5 matches. Meanwhile, for West Brom, they come with us a 19th, just the 1 win all season, 3 draws and 8 defeats, and 1 win being in the past 5 matches for themselves to go along with 4 defeats. So, gotta go for Man City, and they're at home to get a big convincing victory here. Love to see them somehow bottle this game. But I'm going to go for a 4-0 Man City win. The Football Simulator is going to go with a 4-2 win for Man City. And in fact, they see West Brom taking a 2-0 lead before Man City is able to fight back clear. Next up, we got Arsenal taking on Southampton. 51 wins for Arsenal, 21 victories for Southampton, and 27 draws. Arsenal 5 wins and 2 draws in the past 8 games. Arsenal comes to us as the favourites at $2.10. We got $3.30 for the draw, and we have $3.10 for Southampton. Arsenal comes to us in 15th position, 4 wins, 1 draw, 7 defeats, winless in the past 5 matches, only picking up 1 single point out of a possible 15. So that is absolutely woeful. I think this is the worst start since the 1950s. So we are 2 from here for Arsenal, only 5 points clear of those relegation positions after 12 games. Meanwhile for Southampton, a different tune around. This season they were 5 up to 4th place, doing better than my club Chelsea somehow. So 7 wins, 2 draws, and 3 defeats. picking up 3 wins and a draw in the past 5 matches for themselves. Southampton scoring 24 goals, Arsenal only scoring 10 goals. So it's hard to see anything other than a Southampton victory, despite them being underdogs here. So it seems like a really good value bet to back Southampton to beat Arsenal. I'm going to go for a Southampton 3-0 victory. Football Simulator is going to go with a 1-1 draw. Next up, we have Leicester taking on Everton. 43 wins for Everton, 38 wins for Leicester, and 32 draws. Everton, 3 wins in the past 4 games. Leicester comes us as the favourites at $2.10, $3.30 for the draw, and $3.20 for Everton. Leicester City are in third, 8 wins and 4 defeats. Yet to draw a match this season, so that means it's entertaining games, as there's going to be goals in it. So 3 wins and 2 defeats in their past 5 matches. Meanwhile for Everton in 7th, with 6 wins, 2 draws, 4 defeats. 2 wins, 2 defeats, and a draw in the past 5 matches for themselves here. So potentially Everton could be back in form, or is it just the once-off against Chelsea? Going to go for Leicester City to get themselves a 2-1 victory here. The Football Simulator sees a 1-1 draw. Next up, we got Leeds taking on Newcastle. 39 wins for Newcastle, 37 victories for Leeds, and we have 18 draws. Newcastle 4 wins and 2 draws in the past 6 matches. Leeds comes us as convincing favourites at $1.67, $3.75 for the draw, and $4.33 for Newcastle. Leeds are down in 14th, 4 wins, 2 draws, and 6 defeats, only picking up 1 victory and 1 draw in the past 5 matches for themselves. Meanwhile for Newcastle, up in 12th, 5 wins, 2 draws, 4 defeats. 3 wins in the past 5 matches and 2 losses. We look at the goal score. Leeds has scored 3 more goals than Newcastle, 17-14, but it's Leeds' woeful defence, 6 goals more conceded than Newcastle were there. So, decent odds for Newcastle to get the 3 points. It's a good opportunity to pick up some extra points to try and catch up to the Football Simulator. So I'm going to back Newcastle 2-1 winners, and the Football Simulator is going to back Leeds 3-1 victors. We have Fulham taking on Brighton, so this is a big key relegation battle here. 23 wins for Fulham, 22 wins for Brighton, and 5 draws. Brighton 5 wins and a draw in the past 7 games. We got $2.80 for Fulham, $3.10 for the draw, and $2.40 for Brighton. So Fulham comes to us at 18th. 2 wins, 2 draws, 8 defeats. So 1 win and 1 draw in the past 5 matches. A big, decent point against Liverpool last time around. If they got that victory, which they're looking like they potentially might have, then they could have been even on points with Brighton, who are currently in 16th. Picked up 2 wins themselves, 4 draws, and 6 losses. 1 victory and 2 draws for Brighton in the past 5 games. I'm going to go for Brighton to get the away victory, a 1-0 win. Football Simulator sees a 3-1 win for Fulham. Liverpool taking on Tottenham is the game of the midweek games. 85 wins for Liverpool, 48 wins for Tottenham, and 42 draws. So it's first against seconds. It's Liverpool who are in second, 7 wins, 4 draws, and 1 defeat. 2 wins, 3 draws for Liverpool in the past 5 games, compared to Tottenham's 3 wins and 2 draws in the past 5 matches. Also having 7 wins, 4 draws, and 1 defeat for the season. Head-to-head record 85 to 48 wins for Liverpool, 42 draws. Liverpool winning the past 5 head-to-head matches. Liverpool at time are the favourites at $1.72. $3.60 for the draw and $4.33 for Tottenham. And as I said, I'm not going to back against Liverpool at time until they eventually step up. I mean, they have been getting a few draws along the way in their 70-game unbeaten streak, but they are due to lose a match at Anfield sometime this season. We can, considering cold as they've been playing. Lots of mixed bag results. A lot more drop points than they had last season. A lot more injuries being in place, and a lot more things to battle through for this particular season, of course. Anyway, for Tottenham, they're impressive form, scoring 24 goals, conceding just the 10 goals this season. And it's tough to see them losing, but I'm going to go for Liverpool at Anfield to potentially grind that 1-0 result. And the Football Simulator is going to go with the revenge match on Aston Villa, even though this is Tottenham, with Liverpool to win it 7-2. Imagine the 7-2 revival match. Next up, we have West Ham taking on Crystal Palace. 23 wins for West Ham, 16 wins for Palace, and 21 draws. Palace 2 wins and 3 draws in the past 6 games. West Ham covers us in 6th place. 6 wins, 2 draws, 4 defeats, 4 wins in the past 5 matches. So they are in red hot form. That's probably, in fact, the best form in the past 5 matches than any side in this division. Oh, except Manchester United, in fact, who have managed to pick up 13 in the past 5 games. So you got some surprising teams doing incredibly well in this very tight, close season. Meanwhile, for Crystal Palace, they come into us on 11th, 5 wins, 2 draws, 5 defeats, 2 wins and a draw in the past 5 matches here. Odds for this game, we got $2 for West Ham, $3.25 for the draw, and $3.60 for Palace. Gotta go for West Ham, 2-0 winners. Football Simulator sees the same, 2-0 winners for West Ham. Aston Villa, their mission is to take on Burnley. 51 wins for Aston Villa, 40 wins for Burnley, and 27 draws. Villa with 4 wins and 3 draws in the past 8 games. Aston Villa comes to us as the favourites at $1.67, $3.60 for the draw, and $4.50 for Burnley. Aston Villa are winning 10th, 6 wins and 4 defeats in the past 10 games. 2 wins for themselves in the past 5 matches. Meanwhile, if we look at Burnley, they are in 17th, 2 wins and 2 draws in the past 5 matches for themselves. 2 wins, 3 draws and 6 defeats for the season so far. So I like Burnley because they have Chris Wood, the New Zealand striker, in their team. Going to go for a 1-1 draw. So not the worst results against a good Aston Villa outfit. The Football Simulator is going to go with Aston Villa 2-1 winners. And we conclude this midweek match day with Sheffield United taking on Manchester United. 45 wins for Manchester United, 34 wins for Sheffield, and 16 draws. Manchester with 8 wins and a draw in the past 9 games. We had $6.50 for Sheffield, $4.50 for the draw, and $1.40 for Manchester United. Sheffield has come to this bottom of the league in 20th. No wins, 1 draw, and 11 defeats. It's not going to be long until they actually confirmed the relegated 8 points adrift already of 17th place Burnley. 5 goals scored, losing every game possible other than the game we roll back against Fulham, who are also in the relegation zone. Meanwhile, for Manchester United, they are in the best form at the moment, 8th place, 6 wins, 2 draws, 3 defeats, 4 wins and a draw in the past 5 matches. Some of their matches being absolutely woeful, so somehow they're just able to get these results out of nowhere. Second half comebacks galore, and then they're out of the Champions League into the Europa League, so it's been a really mixed bag season for themselves. But in terms of the number of points they've managed to get, also got a game in hand, so they could potentially only be like 2 points off the top couple of spots there. So you think they have to win this match here against Sheffield United. If they don't, it'll be quite amusing, but that'll be kind of the Manchester United way, eh? So I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory for Manchester United, and the Football Simulator sees a 4-1 win for Manchester United. So that concludes match day number 13 at the Premier League. Feel free to get involved with your own thoughts, predictions down in the comment section below. hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, also feel free to subscribe.